Who the f is Kareem Shehab? I am a blade, fixed gear, skiing, Mario Kart, and Smash Brothers enthusiast. I'm also the man behind Master Blade Co. and Master Bike Co. Why all these activities? I just like to keep myself really busy, and I think when I find a hobby that I enjoy, I just kind of go all out with it. And I've just always sort of been that way. Could I imagine my life without skating or bike riding? Probably not. I mean, I think I started skating probably when I was like 8 or 9 years old, aggressive skating. And, you know, throughout my entire life ever since then, I've never quit, never stopped. Same with pretty much all the hobbies that I am really into. So like fixed gear bikes, and yeah, now I'm like super into skiing and playing Smash Bros competitively. I just find time for all my hobbies. Can I tell you a bit about the places I've lived? So I grew up overseas, mostly in the Middle East and Southeast Asia. That was because of my dad's work, where he worked for a French oil company. So we lived in a lot of different oil producing countries, and eventually landed in New Orleans, Louisiana, which is where I went to high school. And then really it was kind of a mixture of, you know, trying to pursue sort of like skating and my other activities, as well as my education, that brought me to the other places I lived. So I lived in San Diego for university, and then I moved to Atlanta for grad school. And then I finally landed in Seattle, Washington, which is, I guess, my career brought me there. Those are all the places that I've lived. So the activities and all the places I've lived, it's been really fortunate for me actually that there's been a community for like all the things I like to do. So I mean, most major cities in the US especially, you know, there's definitely a skate scene, and at the time that it was more popular, like fixed gear as well. So it was really easy to like, you know, pick up and move to a new city and already have community there. How do I pick the activity that I'm going to do for the day? I would say it kind of depends. There's a few factors for sure. You know, probably living in Seattle, the weather being the most important of them all. If it's going to be like a rainy day or something in the winter, I'll probably just play video games with my friends and my brother. If we have a nice day out, I might go skating or ride my bike. I'll also say, like, you know, if I'm injured, bike riding is a lot more gentle on the body, so I'll probably put the skates down for a day like that. If I could only choose one hobby to do for the rest of my life, what would it be? That is a very difficult question, and I don't know if I could choose just one, unfortunately. They all have a place in my life, and I don't think I could be as happy as I am without being able to do everything that I enjoy. Where do I see inline skating in 5 years? I mean, right now it really feels like the trend is moving more towards control and style. But as we've seen, you know, I mean, I've been blading for 20 plus years. The trends kind of come and go, and so my only assumption is that maybe it'll go back towards more like stunt-oriented skating once people kind of fully explore the kind of jibby type skating that's currently popular. And where do I see fixed gear going in the next 5 years? So right now, the more trick track style is sort of what's popular at the moment. But you know, as we saw in the original fixed gear boom, that evolves into fixed freestyle, some more BMX oriented tricks again. But you know, who knows, it might be something completely different. Where do I see myself 5 years from now in those activities? Probably the same as I was the last 5 years and the 5 years before that. Still involved in some shape or form, and you know, trying to add something positive to those communities. Why did I start Master? Around the time that I had started Master Bike Co., there was quite a lull in the industry. Basically, all of the big companies had sort of exited the sport, and there just wasn't anywhere for people to get parts and frames. You know, having an engineering background and also having worked in the bike industry for many years prior to that, I saw an opportunity for myself to kind of give back to the community. You know, I just felt like it was important for me to do my part to keep it alive. And then over the last couple years, that sort of evolved into including inline skating, which has always been, you know, sort of my first love in action sports. And I saw that there was a need for, you know, a product that I really enjoyed, which was an aggressive high-low frame, you know, something that I would skate that didn't really exist currently on the market. Where do I see Master in 5 years? I think in 5 years it's going to be a multi-million-dollar huge corporation. I'll probably be living on a beach somewhere in the Caribbean and just cashing checks. How old am I? I'm